Continuing with the theme of going back and forth from very different events, next up you remember Erina who drew the question about whether China is catching up to the US in the AI race. She'll give it to you word for word, like I couldn't. Erina has been extending, I think for 4 years, into the second year in a row, qualified for the national tournament in foreign extemporaneous speaking. She's an amazing young woman. Does more extracurricular and curricular activities than any student I've seen in my 1 year of teaching, which is why he was not only Miss Hornet, but is also headed to MIT next year, where she plans to study engineering. So everybody please give it up for Erina Cateau.
According to an article from the Reuters from January of 2025, the Chinese AI model DeepSeek was released early this year, and once it was publicly available, suddenly the stock market of NVIDIA, the largest semiconductor company in the US, plummeted by around $600 billion. Everyone in the world was astounded, and they were in shock. As much shock as us Booker T students were when Mr. Cash shaved off his beard. However, jokes aside, this shock has many reasons to be, because the implications of AI has far-reaching effects. So considering this sudden phenomenon with AI development throughout the world, and considering the impact and the competition that is increasing between countries, it becomes imperative to ask today's question. Is China catching up with America in the AI race? The answer is a resounding yes. We can see it in 3 key ways. First of all, the speed of the AI models. Second of all, the affordability. And finally, the impact it has on the environment. Now, you all thought Jack could nap. Have you guys seen ChatGPT? Probably not. The speed and intensity that ChatGPT and other AI models can generate information is accelerating at this pace. AI, standing for artificial intelligence, is trained on thousands of datasets. These datasets contain conversations, speeches, tweets, and textbook information. These kinds of information help train the model so that it can communicate and think similar to a human being. And countries around the world are trying to create or develop models that can help create new ideas and generate quick responses. And China is currently winning in helping create models that generate answers the fastest. According to an article from Leaks for Peace, a platform for computational information, in January of 2025, they share that DeepSeek, the recent AI model that China developed, helps generate answers that are 2 times faster than the answers that ChatGPT helps produce. This significant increase in speed means that DeepSeek, the Chinese AI model, can help create and address solutions 2 times faster than the American models like ChatGPT. And many people claim that DeepSeek also is better at deep analysis on information and in generating deep information that require more deep analysis. As a result of a significant increase in speed, this is a first indicator of why Chinese models in AI are currently ahead in the battle against the United States models. And second of all, the AI models created by China are also much more affordable. As an article from the CTech from January of 2025 notes, DeepSeek was created 20 times cheaper than the ChatGPT AI models. Around $6 million was used to generate the first R1 model that DeepSeek helped create. This was only around 3 to 5% of the amount that ChatGPT required to create its first model. The significance and cheapness that China was able to leverage in order to create its first model has impacts on its consumers. Many users of ChatGPT have to pay a monthly fee of around $40 if they want to access its higher level models. However, because of the affordability of creating models like DeepSeek, China is able to provide its services at a much cheaper rate and oftentimes at no cost to the users. As a result of this affordability and the speed, this has directly impacted companies around the world. According to Reuters from January of 2025, TSM, or Taiwanese Semiconductor Manufacturing, is one of the largest manufacturers for semiconductors, and they are facing much loss in their products that they are able to sell because the speed of DeepSeek makes the reliance on semiconductors decrease. Because the speed of Chinese AI models are so fast, people no longer need to buy expensive semiconductors from companies like TSM. As a result, many TSM and NVIDIA customers are no longer purchasing from these companies and are instead relying on faster AI models. When I meet someone new at the routine for the first time, I like to talk about climate change. It's an icebreaker. The environment has a huge impact from all of the AI research seen in the past years. According to the Wall Street Journal, from September of 2022, generating a 100-word email utilizes almost 1 bottle of water. Many of the machines that help generate the responses for AI accumulates in heat over time. As a result, water is rushed across the machines to help cool these machines down, and in the process, much water is wasted on this kind of technology. And according to the Newswell article from January of 2025, searching on ChatGPT utilizes 10 times more electricity than a simple Google search. And DeepSeek, the Chinese AI model, addresses this issue because they use around 20 to 50% less energy than the ChatGPT models in the US libraries. As a result, the environmental impacts of harnessing the AI technology that China is creating is impactful. By leveraging the Chinese AI models, it can help protect the environment more effectively. So considering all of this information, we come back to today's question. Is China catching up to America in the AI race? The answer